Confirming qualifying for you, Joggles is your leader in the F1 Grand PriTK, and he takes out pole here in Montreal. I'm a FIFA tryhard in second, Club Clifford in third. Jazz returning this week, fantastic to see, is in fourth. Bags Liddell doesn't mind starting a little deeper and then making his way up in fifth. Branny 6, Will Ollie B will get an excellent sighting of the league leaders in seventh. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Montreal, and it's lights out. The top two maybe stalling a tiny little bit, but no one in behind doing much. An early contact, someone slamming into the barrier. Goodness me, the yellow flag out already. I'm having a look on the left-hand side, just like you are, I'm sure. Bayless, Jimmy, and Jazz, the human drivers to come out of that the most rough. Well. Everybody crashing with everybody. You look at the race control down the bottom there. People slammed in left, right, and center. So, as expected, we'll settle into our little pattern. Joggles in first. Tryhard second. Clifford third. Jazz down in 10th. Bags Liddell down in 14th. One spot ahead of Jimmy Dimes, who's an old teammate. Danny Ricciardo is down in 18th. As always, drivers, I encourage you to let me know what went down, have a chat. When we're under yellow flag conditions, I do suggest and in fact encourage just pressing start and letting the AI take over, and then we can have a chat here in the stream. I think Jazz apparently getting destroyed by Bayless, according to Clifford, who says he was lucky to survive. Hamilton up in fourth, the only driver representing Mercedes here today. Leclerc up in fifth, so Ferrari looking to continue their early season efforts. They are fourth in the constructors' standings. Latifi getting a nosebleed up at sixth. Lando, Magnussen, Albon, Kvyat round out the top 10, but again, plenty of time remaining. Now is the time to pit. Jimmy Dimes making sure his car is back to its full fighting form. Jazz will be in second last, but again, we expect that on turn one. We expect it in a few other turns as well. Bags got a great start, but then got spun. I'll tell you what, how worried would you be if you're Jazz CB right now? Jimmy Dimes in behind you and Bayless out in front. Bayless may well have eyes only for Bags Liddell. As you can see, the gap closing down very quickly now between the top 13, 14 and the rest of the pack coming round. Thankfully, no one taken out just yet, so I guess we'll count our blessings in that regard. We are yet to have a race where everybody finishes. In fact, I think we're yet to have a race where everybody makes it past the first quarter of the race. You're wondering why we're here in Montreal, what is traditionally the Canadian Grand Prix. Well, it is voted for by the drivers, by the viewers every week on Twitter. Feel free to let us know what you'd like for race 5. Top 3 yet to pit, says Bags. I guess they want to hold out their positions, managing to avoid the carnage and the damage indeed. But here in Montreal, it has been edited quite a lot over the years. Additional barriers installed in 2017. Focus being the center S turns. A little bit like an S from above. Turn 8, the casino corner, if you like. After that bridge underpass. The hairpin curve at turn 10. 180 degrees. We're going to see, I believe, something we've seen in previous weeks. Drivers going nice and cautiously around. Only to be absolutely yeeted by someone choosing to go straight through. And then entering turns 12 and 13, the Wall of Champions will be the best opportunities for your more traditional drivers to make their passing moves. These are 25%ers, one-shot qualifying, one and done qualifying, followed by a reduced standard race, if you like. 18 laps today, of which it feels half a completed under safety car, but then be the brakes, and then be the accelerations. Juggles trying to fend off TryHard nice and early. Just take a look in behind in case we see somebody, as I said, trying to take someone out unwittingly, unknowingly. For the person being taken out, it is TryHard in behind Juggles, Club Clifford in third. No doubt we'll try and see some people making it from the bottom end of the pack. Jazz CB is a much better driver than 16th. Bags Liddell is charging up. He's into 12th. What happened to Branny? Maybe a bit of contact with Jimmy Dimes, maybe with Bayless. One of the best drivers on tour. Down in 18th. Got 10 points in round 2. Again, plenty of time to make up for it. Unless Branny already has been forced to go on the AI. I'm wondering if that would be it. He does not seem to be setting a particularly keen pace. I wonder. We'll go back up top because Juggles and TryHard are going at it. We're on board with Juggles now. Still managing to thwart the advances of I'm a FIFA TryHard. Club Clifford just watching this take place right now. A 4.5 second gap between them and Lewis Hamilton down in 4th. Leclerc still in 5th. If you don't mind, check out Bags Liddell. His McLaren teammate in 7th will be overtaken momentarily. You can choose to be a little bit more aggressive with your passes with the settings that we've got. Lando kindly giving way, saying fair enough. Don't be surprised if Bags is up there with the top of the pops. Branny's pitting, so you can only assume he did get taken out. Maybe isn't on the AR after all. Look at that. Latifi braking very early into the hairpin. Bags rides the contact and then pops on through. This is Jazz CB. Looking to go past Kivat on the straight. Not able to do so. Good defensive maneuver, to be fair. At least on the first time, Jazz around the outside. Nicely done. His Red Bull teammate Albon is in 10th. Now, something that we haven't done that much, to be quite honest, is focus on this man, Will Ollie B. He is the destructive derby element of the F1 Grand PriTK. He is here to try and take out league leaders, create some highlights to go on Twitter or whatnot. Fair enough, you do you, King. He is down in 14th. Look, he could just surprise us all. Drive a nice, clean race. Get into the points. Both he and Arbate have been in the points and then chosen to take out other drivers instead. Down here, Jimmy Dimes, considerably behind in 17th. And Branny, that corner's anything to go by, is definitely not AI. Bam, no longer did we go off Bayless, as it appears he's collided with the AI. Front wing still intact, so I guess that's something. TryHard has set the fastest lap back up the top. Juggles and TryHard have been doing this all race long. Club Clifford a little further back now. 2.5 seconds back, in fact. Bags Liddell 7.5, but you expect that to get eaten up very quickly. That's nothing against Clifford, or indeed the 1 and 2. Juggles and TryHard, it's just facts. Bags Liddell is one of the ultimates. Jazz is in the points. Jazz CB getting taken out, we believe, by Bayless, though we're yet to have that confirmed. making his way through. Four AI in front of him before he gets back with the main pack, which is a front four. Don't rule out Branny making some moves either. Look at that. A double pass by Jazz. The outside and then the inside. Jazz CB is on a tear. Already up in the 7th. We got another yellow flag. I have missed whatever the incident is. Drivers, if you are indeed on pause and can let us know what's gone down, please do. But it is a great opportunity for the drivers to pit. So we'll see the standings change. But Bags Liddell, I believe it was, pointing out that it was a little interesting that people weren't pitting during the first safety car. I think it's only because it's pretty much guaranteed that there was going to be at least one more. But what that means as we resume under the safety car and Bayless down in 18th, so the points no longer on his mind, but death and destruction is. The AI are 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? How about we check out. There we go. The stops. The AI yet to make a stop, and then you've got Joggles with his one stop in 8th. So the AI will have to pit. Maybe they're still to come. We don't want to read too much into these standings then. 2 stops for Bags, Jimmy, Bayless, Branny, and Jazz CB. Look at them all coming into pit. Joggles battling with Latifi, I want to say. I did get confused last week when the cars started to lap one another, I'm not going to lie. Maybe it's Magnussen indeed. Multiple warnings for Jimmy. He will incur the 3-second time penalty. Genuinely not shots at all. I'll be impressed if Jimmy finishes. He only downloaded the game the other day. And he's out there and competing, and we respect it. So Leclerc, the AI, is in the lead. Joggles in 2nd. Magnussen, then Club Clifford in 4th. Tryhard in 6th. Jazz in 9th. Branny in 13th, and Bags down in 14th. That has not gone well for Bags Liddell. I'm not sure if there was an incident or whether he just didn't get to pit when he wanted to. The yellow flag done nice and quickly for a change. Joggles on the inside. Leclerc left in the proverbial dust. Maybe in the exhaust. Joggles takes the lead over halfway through here in Montreal. He is your driver leader. Joggles 3rd in Melbourne, 1st in Sakir, 2nd in Monaco last week, and leading again in Montreal. Club Clifford finishes of 8th and 17th. May well be about to get his first podium. Someone that might want to say something about that is I'm a FIFA Tryhard, who of course was our Monaco winner last week. And Jazz CB, something's gone down. I went to check him out. Jazz was at contact as he spun out. I'm not sure. It will be. Will it yellow flags once more? No. Calm down. No safety car needed. No dramas whatsoever. Unless you're Jazz CB, who's forced to let Giovinazzi pass. This is disaster for Jazz. It feels like his car's not even working. He's trying to make it work. Oh, it's absolute heartbreak for Jazz CB. Maybe the time has come just to take out another driver. Because it looks like, unless this is just a QQ of sorts, man's car is hardly working. Look at him. Has he got a front wing even? He does not. He does not have a front wing. This car is barely mobile. Can he make it back into the pit lane? and then maybe make a late surge, a late charge into the points. Oh, you feel for him, Jazz CB. Couldn't make it last week. Back here this week without a front wing. Fingers crossed he can just... And with that, Jazz CB becomes our first driver disqualified from Montreal. Fair enough, power to you. This is Will Ollie B, who's having some similar issues. You do wonder if Jimmy Dimes will be happy if he can finish it, let alone not in last. Goodness gracious me. Jazz CB, that's gotta hurt. 18th, 4th, 3rd last week. Italy, it was the sub. Well. We'll try and bring this back. Unfortunately, Jazz was unable to. And with Bayless in this position, as tempted as I am to have a look up top, I'm going to hang out with your man, Will Ollie B, before we head into the last lap or two. Who will be his target? We got Joggles with an 8-second advantage over Club Clifford. Tryhard in 3rd. Bags surging up a little bit behind Hamilton, but he's quite a bit back from the top 3. Never want to rule out Bags Liddell, however. Branny up in 7th. And as mentioned, Jazz with the unfortunate retirement. Jimmy Dimes in 16th. So Bayless is pitting, despite having no hope of making the points whatsoever. May well be yet another car without a front wing, so fair. Nope, he does have one. He does have one. It will get replaced. And it's going to be a little bit different. I appreciate you're saying, why are you with Will Ollie B? He's half a year behind. You have a feeling that his racing, or his impact on this race particularly, is not yet done. Joggles, Clifford, Tryhard are your top 3. Bags Liddell will try and get past Hamilton and then make inroads. This is Will Ollie B. I feel like as soon as I skip off him, we're going to have another race incident. He's got to be your man to watch. Again, respect Jimmy Dimes up in 16th. And just like I did with Jazz, that will be the commentator's curse. See you later. Jimmy Dimes, he makes it 2/3 of the way through before being forced to retire. Jimmy, let us know what went down. Here we go. Here we go. Will Ollie B taking up position on the straight. Who's it going to be that meets their maker? Dodge! And no dodge there. Heavy contact. It forces Bayless to retire. We have a look at the standings to try and confirm who it might have been. Is it Branny? No, it's just Bags gone in the pit. Who's taken that contact and is still going like a champ? Who has taken that contact and yet remained? Bags being forced to pit. What I can say is that you feel the drivers who are there to wreak havoc are now gone. Jazz I wouldn't class as one of them. He's gone. Will Ollie B and Jimmy Dimes I definitely would. But I guess now we can focus back on the racing pure. Joggles 7 seconds ahead of Club Clifford. Tryhard might be happy just to settle for a podium finish. Branny, who was well behind early on, 21, 22 seconds behind. And then Bags Liddell, no doubt will still finish in the points. May well even be a hot favourite for fastest lap. As Perez gives him a little bit of argy-bargy. Bags says, none of that, mate. You're filling in for our bait today. You could at least drive a little less like him. So no doubt Bags will finish in the points, overtake some of these AI. As Tryhard makes his passing move on Club Clifford. You wonder then if this is your main story for the rest of the GP. Juggles maintaining that 7-second lead over Tryhard and Clifford. Can Tryhard maybe make inroads getting past Clifford now? We've seen in the past Danny Ricciardo, for instance, being stuck in behind Ocon. Maybe a Red Bull or two and then gets past and is able to catch up on the podium spots. If anything, the opposite's happening though. Juggles' lead expanding. Bags still not yet in the points, but not far away, I'm sure, from overtaking Giovinazzi. The drivers unable to make this week, and indeed the drivers retired with teammates still in the race. We'll be hoping they can help their mates, or support their mates, into the points. We are indeed playing for a little bit of coin, any subs of the Facebook gaming stream eligible for the prize pool. The league leader, the individual driver leader, I should say, will take home 50 Australian dollars. And the team victors, constructors champions, will take home $25 Australian each. Handy little pocket money for just driving a few cars around. And there it is! As predicted, for once he gets one right, as Grand PriTK bags Liddell with the fastest lap. Juggles with a mammoth 8-second lead on the third last lap here over Tryhard and Clifford, who will try and wait to make his move. Or is he going for it now? Clifford on the outside. Tryhard taking that inside again. We're pretty lenient with the corner cutting, so nothing wrong with that from either driver. Would have massive impacts on the driver standings, and indeed the team ones too. Neither of these drivers' teammates here today. M-Stone and Airborne absent. They are third and fourth. Alfa Romeo with 52 constructor points. Ferrari with 37. Leclerc's hopped down to 13th. Giovinazzi in 11th. For these two, with a massive say on proceedings. Branny in 4th, which is good to see. Branny had a rather difficult start. 11, 5th, and then 14th last week in Monaco. Will not finish on the podium, barring disaster from the top three. But will enjoy some tasty, tasty points as Bags Liddell will get past Lando, I'm sure. May well get past Latifi, but you think Branny might be a job too far. We're going to head back on board with Juggles, who managed, it appears, to have avoided the carnage. And you've got to respect Juggles' hustle here in the F1 Grand PriTK. Third in Melbourne, first in Sakir, second in Monaco, and it looks like another checkered flag for the man in the AlphaTauri. We'll head on back to that battle for second and third as soon as Juggles crosses the line, but it does look to be a formality. However, we celebrate wins when Hamilton dominates. We do the same when it's Juggles 21. Never in doubt for the king of AlphaTauri, Juggles 21. Kept it clean and keeps his perfect podium record going on. Nicely done through the S-bends. Juggles 21 takes out the Montreal Grand Prix as Clifford tries his maneuver here late on Tryhard. But it is the latter defending well to take second. Clifford will get his first podium finish. Branny and Bags Liddell a solid distance back, but we like seeing the human drivers taking out the top 5 spots. Extra points for McLaren. But what about that from Juggles 21? He has been sensational. Because of the overlap of terminology, we're not sure exactly what to call things. Canadian Grand Prix, Montreal, Quebec. All we know is that, well, Latifi is the driver of the day. Juggles 21 is yet again on the podium. And yet again, a race winner. We will just confirm those standings for you before finishing. Congratulations, Juggles. Only one pit stop needed. Same for Triad and Clifford. That probably makes a big difference when you're not getting taken out. They did start 1, 2, 3. They do finish 1, 2, 3. Brenny moves up into 4th. Bags Liddell into 5th. It was less good reading for Jazz CB. Something bad going down there. Will Ollie B. We're not sure who he tried to take out, but it didn't really work this time for Will Ollie Bayless. Jimmy Dimes making it 2/3 of the way through before being forced to retire. Some cute little penalties there as well. Thank you very much for joining us this week for Race 4. Congratulations to Juggles 21.